All right, Matt, thank you. The Axiom crew has been preparing for months for this launch, and one astronaut who knows exactly what they're going through is Captain Winston Scott. He is a Navy veteran. He's a former NASA astronaut who was part of 2 missions from 1992 until 1997 on board the space shuttle, and he is joining us this morning to talk more about what this is like today. Always great to see you, Captain. How are you?
I'm fine, Amy. How are you this morning?
Very good. We're so happy to have you with us this morning. It's such an exciting time on the Space Coast. Not so different from what you went through those years ago. Tell me a little bit about what it is like on launch day.
There are no words to describe it. The night before launch, I liken it to the night before Christmas when you're lying in bed, tossing and turning, waiting on Santa Claus to come. It's just a very, very exciting time. The crew members are looking forward to doing something that heretofore they've only dreamt of doing. There are no words to describe the excitement and the joy they're going to feel when they actually lift off.
As you know, there is a former NASA astronaut on board this mission, but it is really a civilian crew, which is also historic. What do you think about that? Did you ever imagine that this would happen back when you were a NASA astronaut?
Absolutely. I did imagine it. And one of my jobs after leaving active astronaut status was just this, to push this along. What you see happening now, several of us pushed for 10, 15 years ago. This didn't just happen overnight. There were a lot of things that have had to fall in place. I'm really proud to have been one of a team of people who pushed for the acceptance and support for commercial spaceflight. So we see it happening now, but the plans and preparations started a long time ago.
Captain Scott, one of the things we heard is that these civilians have gotten 1,000 hours of training. It's hard to imagine because that takes a lot of time and effort to do that. What are some of the things that they have to know before they go?
Well, of course, the things they have to know is basic spacecraft operations. Even though their vehicle is highly automated, they need to know emergency procedures, how to handle themselves and how to handle the vehicle in an off-nominal situation. And they need to know a little bit about adapting to space, how as much as possible, how it's going to feel when they get there. They need to be familiar with the scientific experiments in which they're going to take place. So even though they got a lot of training, 1,000 hours sounds like a lot. It's really not very much compared to what the mission commander, Mike Lopez Alegria, has gone through as a NASA astronaut.
We talked a little bit earlier about, the first days of taking off on a flight, right? Just to go, get on a plane and fly across the country. And that was something that was out of reach for most Americans. And now everybody, hops on planes and goes places. Do you anticipate that that will one day happen with space travel?
I sure do. We're at the dawn of that age right now. We're seeing multimillionaires now being able to make that journey. But as we continue to push out into space and continue to make access to space more affordable, more efficient, we're going to see the prices come down, access is going to expand. And one of these days in the not too distant future, pretty much any individual will be able to buy a ticket and take a ride into space. It will be suborbital at first, as we see with Virgin Galactic, then orbital, as we saw with the Inspiration 4 crew, and now the Axiom crew is going to the International Space Station. It's going to increase, and the access is going to be available to many, many more people.
Well, it is always so much fun to talk to you. Captain Winston Scott, former NASA astronaut, always an astronaut. Great to have you with us. Thanks so much. And of course, we know you're going to be really excited to watch the launch this morning.
I am very excited. Thank you so much for having me.
Great to see you. And of course, you can watch the launch live too, right here with us on Fox 35, the Fox 35 News app, fox35orlando.com, Facebook. We're going to have it everywhere. Coverage starts at 11 a.m. here on Fox 35. Rocket set for liftoff at 11:17. Kristen says the weather looks great for that. And then we will continue to track the mission. We'll let you know once they get to the space station tomorrow morning and then when they come back to Earth.